But you made no money off it.
No money, bro.
No, so
We look like we're balling, but we blew everything. You know what's crazy? Because I had a goal before. I want to be a millionaire before 30, and I lost it at 29. But the craziest thing is me not giving a fuck and just getting aligned with what I am. I actually became a millionaire a year and a half after.
So we got Andrew Nguyen on here today. He's owner of Volante Realty Partners with Realty Group. All right, so he's going to chit chat with us a little bit about his life, tell us all of his exciting stuff. I'm going to try and embarrass him with a few key notes. We're going to see where that goes, buddy.
And I have no idea what you guys are going to ask me, so this is going to be like...
So Andrew, you started on a real estate team, but before that, what were you doing? Like, how did you transition into real estate?
Dude, I had over so many jobs. I was a medical assembly. I tried being a barber once. Went to school and tried to be and then I became a CNC machinist. That was my main job. I did that for 7 years. I saw this guy, he's from California, he has a GTR, and he had all these cars in his 30s, and he did real estate. But then I can't sit still, so I was trying to find a business that I can move around. But my goal in my 20s was I trying to find my career. That was my ultimate goal. So I was career hopping. If real estate didn't work out, I was gonna try to be a car salesman.
I could see you as a car salesman. You could pull that off.
I wanted to be a car salesman, but I didn't want to make it lose my hobby because I love cars so much.
You're on a team before that, so why did you decide to go onto a team instead of becoming a solo agent right away?
So at the beginning, the girl that I joined, she did 70 deals a year, and I asked my mom. So there was another guy that was like, hey, you can be solo, you can be 100%. And I'm like, Mom, right? So this girl, she has numbers. She actually makes numbers. And has proof of data that she actually has numbers. But she want to take 50%. His number, he only sold 6 houses a year. Mm-hmm. Then my mom was like, join the team because you're gonna build those habits. But even though when she took 50%, she took 50% of my first 70 deals. And I was trying to
That's a haircut, dude.
But the way I was thinking about it, I was trying to build that skill set. So when you think about it, I was like, for me to get somebody one deal, I had to work twice as hard. Mm-hmm. And I was trying not to think about the money. I was trying to think about how she strategizes. So I was trying to absorb everything.
So if you knew what you know now, do you think you would have done the same thing?
100%, because I fucking suck, dude. There's so many deals that she saved because I'm I don't know shit about real estate. I'm horrible at understanding things. My grammar's not right, my spelling, the way I speak, dude, everything. She put so much time. I told her, hey, I'm really grateful for you still. Building a team is a lot of work.
Yeah.
And you have to believe in them and kind of baby them and stuff. But
so you did end up building your own team though after that. So how was that transition for you?
The team, I don't know. I felt like I was kind of confused what I was really wanting to, but I really wanted to be my own business owner, something of my own. So when I did Volante, started it just because I just wanted something for me. And I came up with that, and it was fun because of my own little creation.
Tell us about how you found Volante.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this dude's naming process. So just for everyone listening, Andrew's favorite thing to use is those stupid little asterisks. What are they? The accent on words.
So I Googled deep French meaning words. And then I was trying to find a word that just people just don't know what it is. But I read this book about building a company with a different name is where the people work hard for you. So feel like they're a part of it. So I didn't want to name it Andrew Nguyen's team because when a new member comes in, it doesn't feel like they're a part of it because now you just sound like the top. So my goal was never ever try to make people feel I always try to make sure that everybody feels equal. So when I created the name, it's just I needed something totally different where everybody can connect with. So the brand doesn't feel like it's Andrew's brand. It felt like our brand. Spent 3-4 months. And that wasn't my production went down because I was so
He's just focused on a name. He's like,
dude,
I will inspire.
Dude, that takes so. But after that, you just gotta focus on your habits and then don't let those little things take up your time.
Yeah, they didn't have that shit. They didn't have ChatGPT back in the day.
No.
So since then, you started a number of things. You started investing. You guys had Wonders for a little while. Tell us about that journey.
So when I first became a real estate agent, me and my boys went to California. So when I moved to California, I was 24. I read this book about you should try everything before you're trying to figure out life. And so when I moved to California, I saw all these business owners. I was hanging out with, because back then we did Dopery, the car show and stuff. So all these models was getting me connected to these other business owners. And I was going like, oh yeah, you know, I got dope breed, blah, blah, blah. And they're like,
Maybe you need to go be a model.
nah. But everybody had vape shops.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was partying at Captain Morgan VIP booth in Vegas. Like, hey, what you do? Like, I was connecting with people, and this guy, I will never forget it. He asked me what I was doing. Like, I did car show, but I made zero money. It was like, I looked cool on the internet, but I was making
so
no money.
dopery was more of like a hobby thing, like you guys didn't.
And then we act like we're business owners, but it was all like,
How did that start?
My boy started it, and then I started launching like a car show, and the car show blew up, bro.
But you made no money off it.
No money, bro.
No. So
We look like we're balling, but we blow everything. The thing is, it's not about the money; it's about the experiences that you gain from it. I felt like these stepping stones, these businesses, gave me the idea how to run the business when it got to my turn with Volante.
Yeah.
Volante is a mix of dopery, ice cream, Amanda's team, and all the past companies that I worked for.
Yeah.
So it's like mix of my experiences how I built Volante. But a lot of people just think I just came out and just became a business owner, like came successfully. But it was my past experiences, what I saw, what worked and didn't work, and I saw what didn't work for Wonders ice cream, and what didn't work for Dopery, and all that stuff. So gave me the idea of how to look at a business.
So I want to go back to Wonders. So tell me about Wonders, because I want to know how you got started in an ice cream shop.
So we saw somebody doing it in California, and that's where the idea came from. And we're like, hey, let's bring it to Minnesota. I came up with the name. I was listening to a SoundCloud song. I was like, dude, let's name it Wonders, and we just ran with it. I think we had like 16 locations in 2 years.
Yeah, you guys blew up right away.
16 locations. But you know, when I think back at the company, it was just like too many partnerships, too many opinions. When I think back, I should have had exit strap contracts. Mm-hmm. If this doesn't work, what should we do? I didn't really pay attention to people's strengths or who can be where. The number didn't make sense. So, like now, when I think back at it, I should have ran the numbers closer. Like how many ice cream do we need to make, and how much did it cost? On the 10-year lease at Mall of America, I didn't.
10 years?
10 years. And it was like $13 grand a month.
Mm.
That store is the one I designed and everything.
Yeah.
We dropped $300 grand at that
On one location?
No, never even made sense, but we're just hopeful. But you know what I mean? Like, you're just being like so confident about things, but like you just kind of like, it's almost like kind of lying to yourself. You know,
You're Delulu?
Yeah. I don't regret anything, because when I think back to it, it actually taught me a lot. It actually taught me how to read people. It taught me how to run numbers. It taught me to slow down, to move fast. It also taught me how to like identify, you know, it made me understand taxes more, how people are. I think that's the biggest thing. I was talking to a bunch of lawyers because we're all falling apart, so I had to file bankruptcy, and I was scared. Mall America was after me for $1.3 million. So they actually look at the 3 partners that's on the lease, and they try to find the guy who has the most asset, which was me.
1.3 million.
I thought my life was over.
Dude.
I thought my life was
Did
done.
you just shit your pants? Because that's what
I cried, bro. I
would
cried.
cry. 100%, bro. Look, no bullshit. Like that's real shit.
I never been that depressed, and I just remember how it felt. Was just like, man, I did all this shit for money, and like the time that when I was grinding, like when I was 26 when I got into real estate, 26 to 29, I did not go out, I didn't party, I didn't buy nothing nice for myself. I literally sacrificed my life for money, like everything, bro. Like I didn't. When people are like, Andrew, come on, eat. I'm like, nah. My mom used to call me like, Andrew, come home to eat for Sunday. I'm like, Mom, I'm busy. I used to hang up on her. Mm-hmm. And dude, when that bankruptcy happened, dude, the only person that was there was like my mom. Mm-hmm. And 4 years ago, I made a commitment. I'm gonna give her the life. I'm like, I'm not being that. I'm never gonna trade my life for money ever again.
Was it just Mall of America that was after you?
Eden Perry. They put a news article on me with my name all over it. Man, that hurt my, like, that, I thought my real estate was over, too.
Yeah.
Because, like, I was like, man, who want to work with a wealth with bad credit? You know what I mean?
That's fucking scary, first of all. Like, how did you bounce back from that? How do you go from being 1.3 million in bankruptcy to where you are right now?
I don't know. I just feel like it's hard because there's a lot of personal development. I had to learn how to, like, forgive. And I think that's the one thing that was the hardest. Because I had so much grudge and all that stuff, and like learning how to like forgive, and then I just kind of like started praying a lot. I just believe that he already have everything planned out, and he's put everything in your life. Like then I actually eventually stopped stressing about the future, because I used to stress about the future, how much money I want to make and all that stuff. But I literally just let that go. I'm like, man, if God want to give me money, he'll give it to me. If he doesn't, he took it away from me already before. So like whatever happens, happens. So ever since like I have that like, you know, that guy close to me, I don't stress about it. And then now he's like blessed me with way more than I ever had. And I think if he wants to take it away, he can take it away from anybody at any time like he did for me. Because, you know, I could have been God over my head, but I don't know. That's kind of how I looked at it. And I also feel like these experiences has given me this mindset to help other people. So I've been more open sharing about things like this because I realized it's been helping other people. And I just felt like this could be a little bit of my purpose. You know, you just forgive and accept it. Sometimes it is really hard to accept that you fucked up. You know, I wanted to blame everybody because I didn't want to be honest with myself. So, but I think when you start being honest with yourself and just accept it and move on and just try to be better. I thought my whole career was over.
Yeah.
I thought I couldn't bounce back, but I just like, you know what, I'm gonna keep going. I know I will. Blah, blah, blah. I just dug my head down and I just block all the noise. I'm very good at blocking noise. I think being emotional intelligence is probably one of the best skill sets you can have. 5% think about problem and 95% about problem solving.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at really pay attention to really wealthy, rich people, they always calm. They don't let people get underneath their skin. So I always try to pretend like try not to have anybody go underneath my skin. There's time where I'm really pissed off inside, but I have to learn how to communicate to get them to understand. I think when I had the real estate team, it really taught me a lot when everybody with different personalities and they all have different needs of the way they need to be coached. That really tested like how I need to learn how to be a better leader in different personality. But when I learned that with the team, I actually got really better with different clients. So actually when you kind of discover and pay attention to people's language, like what they're asking and like be a better listener, like my sales went up and then my team do better and like all that stuff. At one point, everybody in Volante was making 6 figs. You know what's crazy? Because I had a goal before, I want to be a millionaire before 30 and I lost it at 29. But the craziest thing is me not giving a fuck and just getting aligned with who and what I am. I actually became a millionaire a year and a half after. And at that time, I didn't know I became that until my coach ran through my net worth sheet. My debt, my houses, my equity and all that stuff. And I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
I just believe that just being aligned to who you are. Because I feel like when you're aligned with who you are, your energy vibe's different and it attracts more. Mm-hmm. Because I noticed when I was frustrated, that's when things keep falling apart.
How did you start in the investment side? Because you're pretty heavy on the investment side now.
I just remember when doing that bankruptcy, I just remember that the people who won was the people that was my landlords. And the owner that won, like I just felt like I put $300,000 into your store and you get to keep it. Mm-hmm. But during COVID, it was so scary. I got wiped out. I didn't know what else to do in that. I just thought about the passive income, like what could be passive that can actually. So my goal is just try to get my free living expense free. So when I got into real estate investing, I'm thinking about how can I double my money fast, and what kind of cash flow can I get to just cover my basic need if I got wiped out again.
Okay, hold on. I want to back up for a second. How soon after did you get your first investment property?
Let's see, 5 months.
Okay, so how do you go from filing bankruptcy to getting an investment property in 5 months?
I discovered how to buy houses with no credit.
Okay.
And I now understand what I didn't know there was private money, and it was 100% is your relationships. The person who funded it for me was Eric. He actually came out. I was praying because back then I was praying for God, like, hey, please, I wish I had more business friends to ask for help. So he came out of nowhere. He just loved my grind with the title company, how I treated him, and he saw like how I did my numbers, and he just had mad respect. He's like, dude, I'm envious how you did that ice cream stuff. He just respected. He was trying to help me with the bankruptcy. He like, Andrew, I think your choice is to do that. So I was like, okay. And I'm like, man, but I still want to buy rentals. He's like, all right, I'll do a contract for D for you. But a lot of all this stuff is relationships. So I feel like everything you're going through life, do not burn your any relationships.
Yeah, that's awesome to have somebody do that for you. Dustin, can you buy a house for me?
No. I don't like you. Listen, I don't like you. I like your husband.
No.
Can you buy a house for him?
Possibly. If you hang out with me, I probably would.
No, but the relationship is so. Relationship is probably the most important thing in life.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of time you could be chasing money and all that stuff, but money won't work without the right relationships.
I absolutely agree. I think the more money you make, the more I realize that people are right when they're saying it's not about what you know, it's about who you know.
Dude, these deals that I get is all because of my relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so with your relationship, cut you off, I didn't mean to do that. With your relationship, so like whose did you lose after that bankruptcy? Like, were there people that you were like, they weren't really in it for me, they were in it for this? Like, did that happen to you? Because that's gotta be rough.
I mean, obviously you're gonna say that, right? Oh yeah, they used me for money, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, your life is built by your decisions.
Yeah, sure.
So like the only one you gotta blame is yourself, and you have to own up to it. So now when I look at people, it's like, all right, he was a great friend, but he's not a great business owner. But you have to learn how to identify that. It's not their fault, it's your fault.
Yeah, right.
So you see somebody that can start and actually finish and to walk the talk, you have to look at people's pattern, how you would look at real estate patterns. So after that, I started looking at people by their talk doesn't match with their actions, and I kind of just read people that way.
Is that how you pick your team now, and how you pick what you're going to invest in, or who you work with, or how you work with them, or like?
Yeah, you have to put a
you
little
keep
faith.
close?
Yeah, you have to put faith in it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I think you have to be really clear. Like the quality of your life is your quality of your relationships, and you can pick and choose who you want to keep close around with you. So then you just pick and design your life however you want it. But if you have all rough relationships, your quality of your life is really poor. So you can pick high quality people or to try and manifest whatever. Like, I don't know. I start having these filtering questions and stuff like I got from Kevin Gate, the podcast, the rapper. and so I was like,
that's where you got your
but
lesson from.
He said that this question that he called, he's like, is this person a taker or a giver? And that's the first question. It's like, hey, Angel, let's go out. Now look at it. Is this person a taker or a giver? If it's a giver, then you go to the following questions like, do you like hanging out with this person? You can find fulfillment with this person. Do they have same value as you? Like, I realize like there's some people that's about money over people, and I'm people over money. If I don't share the same value, I don't think I want to spend that much time with you because we're just not aligned. So like I pay attention to that stuff now, but I never did before. I feel like picking the right role models and who you want to be as somebody that really matches to who you are. Cause like back then, before like in my high school days, I used to look up to like gangbangers because I liked like the masculinity they had and the way they run shit. But it wasn't like what I really wanted. So I think picking a different role model that really like speaks louder, like the action that they're taking or what they're doing to the community is somebody that you want to be. And I think if you pick a couple role models, I think it really helped. Because I feel like when I picked the right role models on things, it really changed my mindset.
Who are your role models right now?
I think right now it's Tatch. I really like Tony Robbins still. Like he just like whatever, but the personal development. I like that.
Why are you shaking your head?
I cannot stand Tony Robbins. I can't stand it.
Yeah, I've been very spiritual, I would say. I've been like very like in the spiritual journey of like really clarifying my outcome about how I want to design my life right now. Even going to these events, I think I learned the most, not really from Tony Robbins, but the people I meet during there.
Yeah.
Because you know when the experiences is what like make you learn, you know, like you learn from my experience or I hear your experiences. You can't be taught this in the book. So like when I go out here listening about people's experience of like everything, I love it. It's like it's a very eye-opening experiences.
Whose experience resonated with you the most? Like whose was like, man, that really stuck with me that you've met from like these?
The right now, I realize that I don't have a scalable business. I don't have a scalable business, and I don't have a business that I'm selling off in the future. So right now, I'm thinking a lot about launching another company right now.
Ooh,
I met this 24-year-old kid, made 15 mil last year, shooting for 100 mil.
Get the fuck out.
Dude,
Bruh.
he's 24, and he was just like, his story was, he's from London. Janet, I want to go, he's like, hey, go to London, I'll take you out. But they're so open book, like, yeah, Andrew, pick a project, I'll help you through it.
And you met him through a Tony Robbins event?
Yeah, we're hanging out in New Zealand, and like so I was there. I was meeting so many type of people. I met a YouTuber that had like 10 million subscribers. He made like 3.5, but I got like, how much does it cost you to run your YouTube? He's like 2 million. So he nets about 1.5. But I was sitting there analyzing what kind of business could give me the life that I'm chasing for. So I'm thinking about a remote business, something I can go away, and something that if I build it up, a company can buy it.
So what is the life you're chasing for?
Like I wanted to be able to leave out of the country for 3 months and my income won't be hurt. Mm-hmm. Something that I can really like help others too. But I'm like really big into like helping people's self-esteem lately. I don't know, because I felt like that's something I struggled growing up. Time is a big thing. We work hard, you know, like we work hard and we don't know how to use it too.
Oh, 100%, man. I think we're all guilty of that to a degree. I mean, there's times where like we're off and we're not really off. We're like, yeah, no, I took a vacation. Well, I was on the phone for 3 of the 4 days I was gone. Like, so I wasn't really off.
Like, be present with your life.
Yeah. And that's hard, dude. Being present with your life is hard. Because sometimes you want to, like, I got to do this and this and this and this. And I've been working on this. You ever read Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Workweek? He talks about that, of just, like, disconnecting yourself and how to do it and how things don't become emergencies. And once you start doing that, you're like, wow, like, I'm a little more present. And when you dedicate time to specific tasks, you're more goal-oriented, you get things done, you focus. So yes, I think I get what you're saying.
That's good, man. I think most people regret is by not wish they would have done things sooner. It's like, you know, when I was like looking at look at all the older people, right? They have the most life. So those are like the good, like old people. Dude, they all regret. They wish they would have done things sooner. They wish they could like. A lot of time we were, when I was doing at Wonders and working with Amanda's team, I felt like I was doing everything for what they wanted me to be, and that's the reason why I went solo, because I felt like I was doing everything for everybody else but me.
Because you were running Wonders at the same time that you were doing real estate, no?
Yeah,
You were in shop.
I was fucked, 100%. And I thought I was cool working 80 hours. I was working 80, 100 hours thinking it was a flex. Like, yeah, you can't outwork me. I was that dumb.
That's the dumbest
I
thing,
remember
too.
that.
It's
That
so
like
dumb.
that is a flex for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But I'm like, that's stupid. You want to do 80-hour work, job, task in 40 hours. That's
No, 100%. That's a flex.
I'm working 80 hours.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do that and you're a real G. Like, you're a boss, man. Like, you straight up are. But like, yeah, if you gotta work 80 hours and you do 80 hours of work, like, bro, you just wasted your week.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Like, if you can do 80 hours work in like 10 hours, that's a flex.
Yeah.
But I thought working more hours, putting numbers. But, dude, I was selling houses making way more money. Now I was doing a cash register, bro. That's a $15 job. I was losing money working at that fucking ice cream.
Not where you want to be.
And I was good at it. I was proud of it. Hey, what you guys want? You want some strawberries? Extra $1. You know what I mean?
Did you have an apron?
Dude, no, I just had a t-shirt. I can show you a picture. I'll send you guys a picture. But honestly, understanding your value of your time and putting time to it is pretty important. Like, try to see how much you're worth an hour. Because if you're like making $30 an hour, like, you should go hire somebody $10 to cut your grass. But you hear like, oh, Andrew just always fucking pay people to get the shit done. Yeah, I don't know if you hear Gina say it. It's because of that reason. It's just because I just need to get out of my way and produce more. Think about the $1,000 task.
Yeah. Well, leverage is one of the biggest things to becoming successful. Like, do you want a family? Are you planning to start a family at some point?
I'll probably pop one in a couple months.
Give me a call, Daddy.
No, I do. I have talked about it. I kind of planned out like my years, and so I'm doing a lot of like risks right now with businesses. So like when I have my kid, I want to have that great cash flow where.
Can we rewind real quick when you said a couple months? You got one on the way.
No.
Maybe on the way, and you ain't telling anybody about it.
No, it's gonna be a couple years.
Well, what is the?
Lola's got an extra one you can borrow.
I'm thinking 35, 2 more years, which is crazy to say.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very short time frame.
I know, it's crazy to think about it.
Yeah.
And I'm 7 years away from being 40. That sounds so quick right now.
Ew, that's gross. Why do you have to bring that up? Oh, I keep
No, but-
forgetting we're like the same age. all
I'm
the time.
33, and like I'm
No.
7 years away from being
You just
40.
look 40.
Fuck. A lot of people think I'm like in my 20s still.
Dude, you look young. I just want to be a
Okay,
kid.
look at the camera. There's a 21-year-old right now that wants to be the next Andrew Nguyen. What do you tell him? What advice do you give them?
I would say invest hard in yourself. Focus on high income skills. Would be my advice. And
What does that mean?
Some people come to me like, Andrew, I want to buy my first property because I want to make money. And I'm like, how much money are you making right now? It's like, I don't know, like just $20 an hour. But to me, I think it makes it easier if you actually figure out a sales skill, start learning how to make $3-5 grand a month, eventually pay another coach to make you make 10 grand a month, then invest. I think you should invest in yourself first because that's the ultimate return.
Is there anything in particular you'd recommend for people to invest in? Like, as far as investing in themselves, like, should they read more? Should they get a coach? Because, coaching's expensive, right? Like, you know this. Coaching's expensive.
Yeah, I was so cheap back then, so all I did was a podcast. Because I was like, I wish I had rich friends to talk to, but I was like, all my friends are all broke. So I listen to podcasts, rich people talk, and then I understand the pattern of their asking their questions and the way they were thinking. And after I listening to a while, I started start seeing things like the way they are. I say if you can learn how to build a relationship, I think your communication skills probably should be your number one. Because if you don't know how to talk to people, if you're poor at communicating, you can't build relationships. And if you believe relationship is an important thing, you should learn how to talk and communicate and understand people, to work with people, the connection, because that communication skill can take you anywhere. Buying cars, buying groceries, getting robbed, rob a bank, whatever. Because I could, or
We're not advertising. So, dude, thanks for coming on today. We do appreciate it. So, big takeaways. Like you said, relationships are key. Definitely just following the plan at hand and seeing where things go. So we're glad you're here. For everyone else listening, we are going to have a really exciting guest for next week. Hopefully a little more enjoyable than Andrew, but not that much better. But hey, have a great rest of your day, dude.
Thanks, man.